Okay, yeah. So I'm super behind on on uploading these videos. Actually, I think this is my third one I'm making, and it's just been a hectic week and everything. It's currently the 26th of March, and hopefully now that it's the weekend and I have no homework, I can edit like these three that I have to tomorrow. I'll capture some gameplay of some bullshit game. I'm not quite sure what, but I'll figure it out. And I think I'm just gonna upload them all on the same day. I had not even an epiphany. It's just like an obvious thing. Like, why the fuck do I even bother staggering out my uploads? Like, days in a row instead of just doing them all the same night. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. Nobody's watching these like right when they come out, anyways. Nobody, people might not ever watch these again. So yeah, I think I'll pick a game that I can just play for like an hour or two. I probably need to pick a game I can play for like 2 hours and just forget I'm playing it. Elden Ring's pretty good, but I haven't played that in a while because I kind of ran out of stuff to do. Even in New Game Plus, I'm super overpowered, so I gotta just blast through everything and find new weapons I want to use. But anyways, that what happened about a week ago with the party and everything. The girl apologized for the whole night. I pretty sure I haven't mentioned this yet. Like I said, I'm really far behind. It's been about a week, so yeah, like clockwork. I got the apology and everything, and I wrote in my notes that I'll hang with her again, and I actually ended up doing that, which I'll get into a little bit. GTA 5 is still incredible. I think it's one of the greatest stories, one of the greatest pieces of media, like of all time. It's just the voice acting is so spot on, and it's so relatable for modern day. I think it's harder, right, to do like a modern day plot than it is like an old timey plot. Like for example, GTA 5 versus Red Dead 2, because Red Dead 2, it's not relatable, right? We don't talk like that anymore. So nobody's going to know if it sounds like right or wrong exactly. As long as it sounds like they're like, real deep South cowboys that talk like, dumbass hicks, essentially. I think the voice acting is very high quality in that and like spot on. But we'll be okay with that. But GTA 5, like, they just nailed the modern day, like, the whole, like, the world, too. Everything's just satirical, and it's so good and witty, and it feels really real. It feels really, really fucking real, which is good. I was saying my friends have to play, like, a quality single player game like this and stop fucking with, like, toxic ass competitive games like, Valorant and nobody plays CSGO, but, like, Valorant, League, I think I've said this before, but all those like really intense competitive games are high strung. I mean, even Rocket League if you get too far into it. And I saw my family. My dad is taking his other family. I guess technically I'm the other family, even though I was the first family. But he's taking them to a water park for the kids' spring break because I think I bitched and moaned already enough. Like I said about how Florida didn't work out. I already talked about how they're going on spring break. I do remember talking about that, but it was a little melancholy. I I do feel bad not seeing my brother that much still. It's, it's something that's on my mind a decent amount. But I do just want to, like, when I was his age, or not when I was his age, when I was like 13, like 12 or 13, a few years older than him, I would have wanted an older brother like my age to reach out to. So I want to like make it clear, not like he wants to right now, but I just kind of have conveyed to him like, hey, I know this won't mean anything to you right now. Like, all these folks sounds like Roblox and school and shit, but like when you're a little older and you want to reach out to me, like do that. Like when you feel like I felt at your age, and I'm assuming he will. I just threw myself out there for him because he's my goddamn brother. At least half, and yeah, that's the best I can do. I could not sleep thinking about seeing that girl in class on Tuesday. It was Monday night, and I couldn't fucking sleep. It was rough, and I just I wrote, I was thinking like, is it normal to have this much stuff on my mind? Like, is it normal to have this much stuff happening in general, like all the time? Like, my life has become like infinitely more interesting since I moved out on my own, and it was interesting before, but like even unintentionally, like I'm not intentionally doing this stuff, but the stuff that's been like happening at the gym and my labs this week. I mean, we had a snow day Wednesday, so I didn't have one of my labs, but like my Thursday lab was just wild. Talking to some of the guys in it, and it's just like Yeah, all this stuff is crazy. I don't know if it's because like I'm just surrounded by people at the gym and school now, and it's just like all of it's coming to like coming to a front. What's that term? Is it coming to a front? I think that's the term. That sounds close to right, but not necessarily correct. It doesn't sound right, but it sounds very close to right. But who knows? But like I said, I want an interesting life. Maybe not exactly like this, like where I'm stressed about that stuff. But this is like I got what I asked for. I walked into the sauna on Monday at the pool because I wanted to go see my family, obviously, and just started talking to these guys in there. Decades older than me. The guy that went to the college I'm going to, he went there 30 years before I went to get a fucking butcher's degree, which I think is the coolest thing ever. He said, it was cool, but it sucked. He realized he hated being a butcher, and then he's dealt cards in casinos ever since. And they were really cool. We were just talking about like saunas, and they're from a part of the state that I've been to that's sort of near me. And we were just talking about like driving all over the state and visiting different places. We were talking about visiting Canada too, because that's a relatively popular thing. And it was just funny. It was really easy to talk with them, and then yeah, like I've talked to a few people at the gym. Like I said, I knew people from the party. I just like I saw that girl that I have a crush on from the gym. I saw her in the school parking lot, and I almost it wasn't like I wasn't able to talk to her. And then as soon as I showed up to the gym that day, she was leaving, and I was a little disappointed. Like I'm never gonna get my fucking chance, because I don't know. Maybe if I start going to the gym earlier, but I don't want to be like an obsessed creep now. Who he's always like switching his time of going to the gym to like go when a cute girl's there, just to never talk to her like I have for the past 6 goddamn months. So yeah, I went and I hung out with that girl though. Like I said, that was a couple days ago, and it went like really well. We talked. We played Mario Kart, which I'm fucking fantastic at. I think I mentioned one of my other Tinder girls. I was flirting with her about Mario Kart. I'm good at Mario Kart. I don't lose. I did lose on the Wii. It was rough on the Wii, bro. Like motion control, just using the little Wiimote and the buttons are sticky. I got a bajillion more excuses. Okay, I could come out with my ass with, but Switch I didn't lose. I absolutely annihilated her, which was good because she'd never played before, really. So she'd never played on a Switch. She actually did better than most people would for their first time. Anyways, but I was just saying, like, talking with her was like really normal, and I just like we talked for a while. And we talked about what had happened, and how it was awkward, and it was kind of like I'd seen her at like her worst, which was good. I think. I mean, it was very hard to process then, but I'm feeling better about it now. But I figured it out. Like I figured it out talking to people, like almost everyone, like talking to a new girl that I have a crush on that I like kind of like, even if and even with everything that went on in the party, and then the sauna and the people at the gym I've been talking to, like it's crazy. Like I figured it out, and it's gone. It's like almost anyone I can talk to, maybe not this one girl that like it seems to be our destinies to like never ever talk to each other, and I need to just not think about it so much. I guess I don't really think about it until I'm like ranting like this, because I really hadn't thought about it until I came on here and started talking. And that was sometime, technically 2 days ago, because it's like 1:30 in the morning. But anyways, especially compared to 6 months ago, like holy shit, I can talk to way more people way easier. Even 2 to 3 months ago. 2 to 3 months ago, like when the new year started, this stuff is happening while I'm. Oh shit! I bumped my mic. Sorry if that was loud. This shit is happening like while I started making these like videos. It started in February this year, 2022. Like it started, like it's crazy, and it feels weird because like here I am now. I just need to find people that like I want to talk to, that I like and want to keep talking to. I don't want to waste my time. Like I don't know where any of my current relationships are going. Like these girls I'm talking to, but I'm even though I'm like talking to more people, I'm still waiting, right? Like I'm always gonna be waiting, even though I'm like able to talk to people, it's just waiting to find new people to talk to that I can actually make a connection with. I'm waiting for a connection. You're always gonna have to wait for something. You can't force everything, but you can certainly expedite it, which I think is good. It's not like a 100% solved problem or anything, like just being able to talk to people and everything. Like I wrote like I said earlier, I wrote this down too. You always have to wait. I think sometimes I think, right, my mood goes way back and forth. And I was talking to one of my friends in the gym, and I was talking to that friend that had the girlfriend issues a while ago. I talked to him again today, actually, too. I completely forgot because I was exhausted. 4 hours of sleep, quiz in the morning. Didn't manage to sleep anymore because I don't think I'm eating enough. So I'm fixing that, and I'm just stressed about all this stuff in general. But I talked to him, and like I said, I kind of forgot. But the girl's kind of like still leading him on and giving me issues now, even though they were kind of good for a little while. But he's like in such a better mentality, and he was just telling me like his mood changes, how he feels changes like day to day, and I'm like, yeah, same way. So sometimes I think I need a girl that's like as fucked up as I am. Like I need someone to bond over trauma with, And I just asked like, is that fucked? Like I think that is kind of fucked. But I don't know. I kind of like this girl that I'm talking to, and I don't know if I want to date her. I don't know. I do want to see her again, though. I was thinking about it. Like, I've been talking to her while she's gone for the weekend. And, I mean, she's been really nice and easy to talk to, even though we both, talked about how bad we are at using Snapchat to talk and text. And I don't know. It's kind of good. And, she kept it pretty real with me, which I respected. It was not like an NPC conversation at all. Which is kind of like... I guess this is a good transition, good segue into the day after that in our class, unrelated to us hanging out, but we had a discussion. Not me and her. We already did ours, I think. I talked about it going really well, but I know I did. I know I did. I have a fucking fantastic memory. I don't know why I'm saying I think. I know for a fact that I talked about it. But anyways, the discussion was about... Oh, shit. It was about oral health, right? And I just, like... couldn't relate to some of the stuff people were saying. They were talking about like, people need better education and stuff, and that's 100% true. I agree with them. Like, we need to educate people better on oral health and make it more available to everybody. But like, I know this stuff. Like, I was fortunate enough to learn it when I was a kid. Like, I've been brushing my teeth for as long as I can remember. All the dentists say I have perfect teeth. I've had to get cavities drilled still, like off my teeth, and I had one that was like in it. I got my wisdom teeth pulled and it sucked. Like I got a swollen mouth, even though I was really irresponsible and still ate like normal and went to the gym and stuff the day of. But like, these people are talking about like root canals and not learning this stuff, and I can't understand that. I'm fortunate enough to have really good teeth, and I think some of it is genetic too. I don't really know if there's any science behind that, but some people had that idea in my class, and I agree with that 100%. Because I can like not brush my teeth. I can like forget for a day and not floss for a little while and just go back and be good to go. But we were talking about like drinking sugary drinks and stuff, and it just like the girl who was doing it was talking about like she needs to drink Gatorade for her 3 hours of workouts, and I was just like I was like well, I was tired in class, so I was like about ready to bash my head off the desk. But it's not that serious, actually. I realize now. I made the choice when I was like still single digits to just drink water. Like, I don't drink anything. I mean, I drink coffee and I drink energy drinks, which probably have fake sugar, and I eat my fair share like sucralose. That'll just your body can't process it, so you just have really awful shits, and protein bars and shit. But I couldn't see myself drinking anything other than water. Like, an alternative for Gatorade is literally just salt water. And it tastes far shittier. Yeah, it's disgusting, but I drink water because it tastes fantastic. So, I get to drink so much goddamn good tasting, fucking amazing water that then I mix my creatine and salt into some water, right? And take it like a shot. And I'm drinking like sandy, salty water. And it's the grossest thing ever. And then I just wash it down with some more delicious water. I have no problem with that. Like, it's so easy to do. And I don't know if people I don't know. Like, people act like you need anything other than water, ever, when I just don't think you do. Now, at the very end of my notes, before I wrote stuff down, before coming on here, I said, I'm not sure if I want to date anybody. I think I talked about that, yeah. I'm not really sure if I'm, like, ready to commit to being in a relationship. I guess that's kind of how it is at first, though. Like, you're trying to wait, Like, I mean, when it was my first relationship, obviously people in their first relationships are, like, in their... I'm sorry. First real talking stages are interested. They're thinking, like, oh, I want to date this person if it's going well. But I'm just kind of going with it. Just kind of trying to chill. That girl that snapped me again after like a week, like finally came back from spring break. I'm pretty sure, right? Waited a week again, and just sent me like a streak, a picture of her face, whatever. Send her a picture of myself sporting a fantastic mustache. I really like the way my style is right now. I really like my long hair too. Holy shit! Thursday I was feeling myself. Saturday at the party I was fucking feeling myself. And the gym's been great too. Actually, real quick, I started focusing today. It was legs. I'm trying to get the tension and pain out of my right hip flexor. So all I did, instead of just stretching the shit out of my right leg, was focus on using my left leg equally. And no pain, no problems. It was such a good like pump and everything, and my quad workout was great. It was great. So I've been really feeling myself. But this girl Snapchatted me again, right? After like 3 days, and she's like, I don't even remember because I didn't really read it that much. I just saw that she said she loved my mustache, essentially. Not verbatim, but it's like, it's a bit of a fist pump moment, to be honest. And in all honesty, she is probably the hottest girl I'm talking to, but I'm not really like concerned with that, I guess. Like okay, this is something I think about a lot, right? Like I sometimes wish I was like that kid in college. I went in the dorms and I was just having sex with everyone, like all these hot girls, right? Like and I hadn't like dated these girls that were like whatever, they're attractive, but they're not like the girl of my dreams, hot, like drop dead gorgeous. Sometimes I'm like, I feel like I'm wasting time and I'm like never going to get to date like the most attractive girl I want to, but and sometimes I'm like, God, I don't want to settle. Like, I don't want to settle for anybody that's not like hot. I want to date a hot girl with a personality. I want to date like a 10 out of 10 amazing girl. And sometimes it feels like that's never going to happen, and I'm sure it will eventually. It's kind of inevitable if I keep like working on myself and looking good. Like I'm doing pretty damn well right now. And this girl, like I said, she is objectively hotter. But she seems like she might not be as relatable. She seems like a bit of a gorp. Grapes, no, not grapes. Good ol' raisins and peanuts. Holy shit, the wind's howling. Hippie, tree hugger-ish, which I kind of dig that vibe. And, crazy girls are hottest. Like, if we're being honest. Clearly my roommate figured that out because, well, his girlfriend's fucking psycho and she's not that attractive. But, don't tell him I said that. And so that was a really shit analogy, actually, because my other friend's girlfriend is really crazy and she's really not that attractive. And I'm just being an asshole right now. But I'm just... That was really stupid of me to come out with that analogy. Usually, it's like the squares and rectangles thing. All squares are rectangles, not all rectangles are squares, right? All hot girls are crazy, but not all crazy girls are hot. That's exactly what it is. And I'm going to write that down in my goddamn notes as a quote. That is fucking fantastic. But yeah, with this girl, I already said we should hang out before break, right? That's my rule, is I throw that out there. I'm like, hey, we should hang out. I did this over a year ago before I started dating my ex. It was with a different girl. I asked them to hang out, and we, like, make tentative plans or whatever. And I'm like, hey, like, let me know, whatever. Now it's on them. Now it's up to them. If they want to make plans and hang out, great. Another few things with this girl, too, that I thought about. Like, I was just like, she might not be here for the summer. She might be downstate and stuff. Yeah, she does seem a little less relatable. It's just stuff that I think about, Maybe that's a little too much to think about, but yeah, I don't really give a fuck who I hang out with, right? Like, I think I'm gonna keep hanging out with this girl from class, and I do like her. So, like, what else does it matter? I'm just gonna go with the flow. I don't want to lead her on, obviously. I don't want to lead her on. If we bring it up, I'm just gonna be like, hey, I don't know if I'm ready for, like, any commitment. Like, I don't really know what's going on. I've been really happy, like, being single and working on myself. I know she's been, like, doing that for the past couple of years because of, her own shit. And yeah, but, man, I mean, I've been really stressed. Like I said, it's been giving me shit sleep. But, like, I all this stuff has all worked out, and when I was getting stressed about this girl, I was just reminding myself, like, look at how stressed you were about everything going on this week, kid, and it all turned out perfectly fine. Like, there's nothing that you can't handle, because the only way I would consider something being unhandleable for me is if I died from trying to handle it. Like, And I don't even think there's like very many like really bad outcomes. Like, what's the worst outcome that could happen to me? Like, I don't think I could get my life ruined by any of this stuff. Like, I'm too smart for that. I'm too like observant. I've got really good memory, and I'm too goddamn smart. And I have a panic plan. Like, I'm ready to get the fuck out. That's why I stay a little unattached. Attachment's fine. I like being attached to people, places, the gym, people at the gym, people here. Like, I like forming relationships, but like I've I've got it in my head. Like, I'm aware that I might need to just drop everything at some point, and I highly doubt that will ever happen. But it's something that I have thought about. It's not like you can ever be prepared for that, but it's something some people don't ever think about. And then when the time comes, I don't think people can make that choice. So, yeah, that was just quick, not so quick, but a quick little update about everything. And like I said, I'm gonna try and edit all 3 of these things tomorrow and crank them out and get them uploaded by midnight. Yeah, I'm trying to think real quick if there's anything else. There's not anything else, so I'm gonna go get myself a delicious glass of cold water so that I have to piss like 8 times before I finally fall asleep, and continue watching The Dark Knight because it's one of the greatest movies ever created. And Gary Oldman is a fantastic actor. I actually just watched him in Leon the Professional from 1994, and him and Natalie Portman and the other guy that plays like one of the Italian hitman guy, essentially. They're fucking amazing actors. Natalie Portman, for being 13, was crazy good in that movie. Holy shit. And young Gary Oldman is just fucking wild. I loved his energy in that. And then, yeah, whoever played Leon is, that's the only movie I've ever seen him in. I'm pretty sure he plays a lot of foreign roles. I think he's Moroccan or French, maybe both. Maybe he's Moroccan and stars, he was born in Morocco, probably, and stars in a lot of French movies, if I had to guess. That's sort of what I remember reading. But yeah, that's all I got. So I'm going to let you guys go. Peace.